Well, greetings, blade fans. What do we got on the table today? None other than the great and powerful T.Kell knives, presented by me, OG Blade Reviews. Well, these are nice. This is the new pouch that's been offered up with all of Tim's smaller blades. I think it'll take anything up to except the mercenary and the sapper. Had a sapper on loan a while back. Would love to get one in again and compare it with some other T.Kell knives. For now, let's do a quick reveal. And I want to thank T.Kell of T.Kell Knives and CW, camera wife, his wife, who is his partner in the business, for sending this my way for review. Of course, got to show you the Be Less Dumb Band-Aids that come now with every T.Kell knife. Love it. This pouch is multi-purpose, and you could use it for lots of different things. A nice first aid pack, or bring it on a trip with you. It's got the mollies in there and everything. Got a D-ring. Really nice Cordura pouch. But let's not gush over the pouch. We want to gush over this beautiful blade, the Adversary. And they turned this one out with a really nice blue camo, I think is what I would call it. Kind of a blue camo, really nice. Bright, that means you drop it, you can find it, but it ain't orange, which is fine with me. Usual push-off ramp on the sheath, and the excellent, best in the industry Kydex sheaths with the horizontal belt clip. It's actually pretty functional. Some of you guys are going to like DCC clips. You're going to like Aldi clips. You might even like a big old tech lock. I don't know. Depends on how you carry. These fit on the outside of the belt with this horizontal clip, or could fit on the small of your back, scout carry, or remove it. And he's got nice standoffs here. Remove it and put on the clip of your choice, so you can go inside the belt or the waist or whatever of your pants with like a DCC clip. All right, enough about that. How about the blade? This one is an AEBL, which is a stainless steel, very tough, one of the better stainless steels to use. It's not M390, it's not S90V, etc. Doesn't have all these super special qualities, but it is solid and basic and will serve you a lifetime. The other option with T.Kell knives now, I believe, the only two options are either the AEBL or the ADC RV2. ADC RV2 being perhaps a far tougher steel, perhaps a bit easier to sharpen in the field. Not going to run down all the qualities of ADC RV2, but this one in AEBL, I'll take an AEBL blade any day, no problem. Don't have to worry about it in humid environments. Just give it a modicum of care. Don't let your knife stay wet or salt water on it for very long, because even stainless steels will rust. They're really stain resistant. They're not stainless. Show you the sheath again. It just is, I can't tell you enough about his sheaths. I've got lots and lots of fixed blades, both production and custom, and I have not found a better sheath. Bastinelli, for instance, makes some beautiful blades, beautiful designs, very ergonomic, but the sheaths they come with, I'm sorry, they're just not very good. They're very marginal. I'd love to see Tim's sheaths on the Bastinelli knives. Wow, that would be a match made in heaven. But you got these nice standoffs here. You can remove these Chicago screws very easily and take that clip off should you not want it. I happen to like it sometimes, unless I'm carrying inside the pants. Of course, you can take the clip off completely and simply thumb that baby off, or put a static line. Static lines are nice. I think it was Vol West from Station 9 had mentioned in a review with Bob DeMarco on the Knife Junkie podcast that he likes the static line for these size knives, and even for some slightly larger knives. You know, put your cord through there, wrap it around your belt, put it in your pocket, and then you're a good distance away when the knife comes out of the sheath. All right, I'm going to stop talking sheaths for a little while and talk about the knife. It is a classic Wharncliffe with this gradually curving down to the point spine, a completely straight edge, which means this knife is exceptional for point work, both for cutting boxes, cutting meat, camp work, and to dispatch somebody who you need to get off of you in a hurry, because it's also a piercer. And when I say that, it goes in. I wouldn't call it a needle point, because that would be not being cognizant or appreciative of the nice thickness that's held out to that point. It's both fine and robust. You know, if you want a blunt point that pierces, you can use a screwdriver. Many people use those in a pinch. So we've got a good thickness to the stock of the steel, tapering nicely to that point. We have an excellent working edge. It drops fairly much below, let's see, well, it's not below your knuckles. No way that's going to happen. But it's low enough so you could engage it with whatever it is you're cutting and sort of get your knuckles out of the way. You'd really need a well offset handle or a dropped blade to completely clear your knuckles. And that's kind of what chef's knives are for, etc. But classic Wharncliffe and some very useful heavy-duty, knobby sort of jimping that gives you a nice little indent for your thumb, while at the same time, and I'm going to back out just a bit. There we go. At the same time, it gives you the ability to place your thumb all the way out on the back or choke back just a little bit. We have the lashing screws that Tim has become very well known for. You can use this to bind your knife to a stick, make a spear out of it, lash it to whatever it is that you want. These are removable, and you can get different handle scales, change them out. Easy peasy. We've got hex. I don't know the exact size, but you would take them out from the left. They pop right out. Take the scales off the handle. You could even use the knife by itself without any handle scales on it and lash it to something. Just need to make sure you've got a Allen type wrench with you out in the field. If not, you do it at home. So the Adversary fits perfectly into the hand. Nothing left over. A lot of people like that because you cannot use whatever's hanging out over here to push the knife out, as they do in certain combatives. You've got just the blade there, but you've got an excellent grip on it. I usually don't like finger grooves, but this is really perfect. First two fingers fit in there nicely. Last two, for me at least, hang right on to the pommel end of the knife. If you've got a bigger hand than mine, which would mean larger than medium large, you're going to be off of it a little bit, but I'll bet you it's still going to feel secure to you. These perfectly fit my fingers, just like that. Got a nice stone wash on the blade, and of course, as usual, we have the nickel boron coating that is on all T.Kell knives, giving it added stain resistance. 70 HRC for that coating, not for the blade. And Slick, very slick. Everything slides off of this. So that aids in slicing and in penetration. So let's measure this little beast up. Not a big knife. It is a personal carry, EDC knife, easy to carry. Overall, it is 7 inches exactly by my ruler. The blade being, we're going to call that a 3.4, okay? Cutting edge coming in at just 3 inches because we've got a nice little sharpening choil right in there. Blade stock in millimeters, 4.1 millimeters. In inches, 0.16. Handle thickness, 0.56. Not too thick, not too thin. Very nice. I think that's perfect for the size of the knife. For a small knife, it fits beautifully in the hand. The weight is 4.5 ounces. That's also very nice. That would actually be a fine weight for a folder, let alone a fixed blade. It does feel solid in the hand. Your balance point is going to be way back about there, okay? Really not bad, because when it's in your hand, it doesn't fall out. You got that nice, it's a nice kind of dead weight feeling in the hand. And that makes the blade very light and fast. Okay, so whatever tactical style you may study, whatever EDC use you put this to, it should work out extremely well. For comparison today, we have another T.Kell, the Agent 002, actually a little longer knife by around 1 inch. And it's got a blade ever so slightly shorter than the Adversary. It's got a longer handle. This is the standard handle for the entire Agent series. But I'm bringing this out because it's another variant on the Wharncliffe. We've got a clip point Wharncliffe with these 2 straight lines. So the slope from the jimping down to here is straight, and then we clip it off there. So it gives us slightly less fine of a point. So you can see we've got a little more meat there than we have on the Adversary. I'll bring that up into the camera. Little bit more meat, little bit more rugged. Not that by any means the Adversary has a frail point. We've got a accentuated bird's beak sort of handle here on the Agent 002. And I believe this one is also AEBL, yes, AEBL, with the nickel boron finish. Another one I received recently for review from Tim is the Accomplice. That's a design by Eric Outer of Outer Limitless. That's a bigger knife. I didn't expect it to be, actually I was expecting it to be bigger than it was when I first got it, but overall it is significantly 2 inches longer overall, larger, with the blade about 1 inch longer. So on this baby, we've got a just shy of a 4-inch blade. And again, a nice flat handle. Handles being, most of Tim's handles are about the same thickness, even on some of the larger knives. And guys like Steve Clayton that have the complete, I would think, complete range of models from T.Kell knives, he can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think we're talking more or less the same handle thickness across the entire line. What else have we got here? Well, I'm going to bring out, that's the Accomplice. I got my adversary and accomplice, two knives starting with A. That'll confuse me right off. Let's put those guys away. Here we have, and by the way, these are, I would call them semi-custom knives because the entire T.Kell line is CNC'd. Some of the work is outsourced. However, it is all USA made, 100% USA made, screws, everything made to Tim's specifications. This one, however, is made in Italy. This is a Williams Osuraku Zukuri Mini Kaiken. That's a mouthful. And it is based on a traditional Kaiken design, or Osuraku design, really, of the Tanto. It's a Tanto variant. This one's in Sleipner or Sleipner steels. I call it Sleipner steel. It is not entirely a stain-resistant steel as far as I know. It does not have a built-in guard, meaning we don't have the finger groove in the front there that blocks the finger from slipping, but we have an ample handle with ridges. And if you watch James Williams rather, using this knife and thrusting it into very hard objects, including car doors and whatnot, with no slippage, you will understand that there are ways to hold a knife without a guard, that without your hand slipping onto the blade. But that is a fear with many people. Many military people prefer a guard, so I get it. These ridges here are very, very tenacious in holding on to the skin of your hand. And although they're not sharp, it is a very grippy knife. And you've got a universal handle, which can be held in any position. You've got the Emperor node here, which gives you an indexing for the right hand, knowing when you're holding it point up, edge out. And you can use that for the other positions as well for a reference. What else do I have here? One more. Kind of in the same genre of a tactical EDC knife. Here is the AB Knives Aaron Bieber 302, one of my absolute favorite personal small carry knives. About the same size, maybe half an inch longer overall than the Adversary, and just about the same length blade, ever so slightly longer. Magna cut on this guy, and a perfectly wrapped and epoxied Japanese style wrap. Missing the name. Well, yeah, Tsukamaki. How to do a quick lookup, boy. He is known for doing this beautiful Tsukamaki wrap, very traditional with ray skin underneath, black ray skin in this case. I believe that gets dyed. I'm not sure there's a black ray. It's beautifully knotted just as it should be. It's a work of art. And this knife holds so well in the handle. Aaron is a custom knife maker. This is a 100% custom made knife, and just fits the hand perfectly. It can perform many of the same functions as the Adversary can. However, considerably different blade shape. We've got a gradual belly here. We've got a dramatic drop here for towards the point. We've got a slight swale there for the thumb, no jimping. But again, I mean, this has got a built-in guard here, and it's 100% locked into the hand. I highly respect and revere Aaron's work. Getting back to the Adversary, I think that if you were to get one TKELL knife, and boy, it's hard to say this because I've done reviews on quite a few of them, but if you were to get one TKELL knife for your use, this definitely would be the one. You're looking for a knife that is both tactical, meaning it can be used in a last-ditch situation for defense, or for utility, excellent cutter, excellent cutter. And speaking of that, and I hope this is not anticlimactic. Yeah, it slices. I have not run into a TKELL knife yet, right out of the box, so to speak, that is not razor sharp and aggressive. So if it cuts paper, we know it's going to cut meat and other goodies. Again, that could be a nice little pocket camp knife. Tuck it in the pocket, put it inside the belt, what have you. T.Kell knives, Adversary. I think these are currently shipping. You're going to go through cycles and batches with T.Kell. Don't get frustrated. If you order a knife, you definitely will get it, and they'll stay in touch with you, letting you know when it is coming your way. But because there are so many now in the model line and new ones being made or developed, be patient. You're going to get a knife that's going to last you a lifetime. It's just so tough, so useful, and can't say anything bad about these knives. Again, it's going to be model. You pick your favorite model. You don't like this one, there's a dozen or more other models to choose from in the same size. And if you want a bigger knife, well, get the Sapper, get the Mercenary, get the Frogman field knife. Just look them up, and I've done reviews on quite a few of them on the website. On not the website, on the channel. Right now you're going to see a logo over here. Click on it, and you will be directed to subscribe to the channel. I hope you do. And don't forget to give this vid a like. Be well, be safe.